Welcome back to Black and White. I'm Sheldon.
And I'm Mark. And I was at a picnic, and
You know where the word picnic comes from, right?
no,
Picnic, pick a nig.
Oh.
That's maybe a later segment, but we'll talk about that. Yeah, there's definitely an issue, but
okay,
that's
I was
outside of our
at
segment.
an outing.
Thank you.
Hi. So anyway, I'm there, and people are talking, and it's all the people are white that happen to be at the picnic. I mean, at the outing. Sorry. And yeah. So anyway, they start talking about restitution with blacks. Apparently something had popped up, somebody had read something or saw it in the news, and they were like, this one guy was just like hardcore, give the blacks the 40 acres and a mule so we can get beyond this, because this is ridiculous. So me being the character that I am, I'm sitting there going, okay, let's see.
So we all get
Wait.
he wants
restitution.
he wants to give us all
No,
40 acres and a mule.
but-
I'm ready for my mule.
No, but see, that's the
And is
point.
my 40 acres in like the rich area?
Well, of course not. It's probably some piece of crap out in Arizona that you can't farm, right?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right, but look. So he says this, and this is what kills me. You know, he's saying, well, if you give it to him, then that levels the playing field, and we don't have to worry about this whole crap of, you know, everybody's equal, so they can't bitch, meaning blacks, they can't bitch about this stuff anymore. So I sat there and I started doing the math. I was like, hold up, if you're going to give it, it was promised to slaves, okay? Now there was a million, now don't, I know people are going to go, well, you know, Mark, there was 2 million slaves. Okay, let's say it was 1.5, just the work here. All right, if there's 1.5 million slaves and all of them were entitled to 40 acres and a mule, just systematically from that year till now doesn't give every person who's black 40 acres and a mule. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
No, it's wrong.
Really?
No, the slaves were the ones that were promised, not their families, not 10 generations later.
Well, the slaves. So are you talking about giving the ancestors of the slaves?
Exactly. What I'm saying is,
Because you know that we can pretty much almost all track back
we all
to
can't.
somehow getting our slave here.
No, because not all blacks came in during the slave trade. Okay?
Yeah.
And not all blacks came to America on the slave trade. There's people, I have friends that came over from Africa who came in when I was in middle school and high school. So you can't tell me every black is entitled to 40 acres and a mule. And if you did the math, you my God, you bankrupt the country faster than you know.
So when you look at restitution,
Yes.
and you say, well, it creates a couple of issues. One is, who gets restitution?
Right.
Two is, should there be restitution and reparations?
Right.
You know, and you know, the Holocaust survivors, some Holocaust survivors got restitution from Europe.
Survivors.
But that's because,
because it was so recent.
Right.
I'm with you on that.
Do it when there they are, or their families,
right,
you know, are there.
But you don't pay the whole family based on each one. All right, the Holocaust survivor has 10 kids. Not every one of those kids is entitled to it. It's based on the amount that the Holocaust survivor should have gotten or deserves, and then it gets divided by the children.
You know.
See.
Yeah, I mean.
Would you feel? I mean, would you? I put yourself in that in the situation of the restitution, 40 acres and a mule. Do you feel that you personally should have it, and say your sister should have the same restitution? I mean, now all of a sudden you just divide it and multiply. I mean, you know, it just starts to grow and grow and grow. It's.
Yeah, is it yeah. I mean, yeah, because the longer you get away from the 1860s to here,
right.
Now it just multiplies, and people have gone, they're different families, and you know, should reparations, should there be restitution, would that help anything? No.
Well,
I don't think so, because that same person that's saying, oh yeah, give them 40 acres and a mule, will be all pissed off.
Right.
They're getting something
he's
that
gonna
I'm
flip
not.
it. He'll flip it when it happens and say,
He's
"Man, what the hell? They went and got 40 acres
He's
and
gonna
a
have
mule.
issues.
This
no matter
isn't
what.
right."
Yeah, he's gonna have issues no matter what.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
You know, does it help race relations?
No.
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 No. I mean, we did an earlier segment on affirmative action, and we see that that
Right.
doesn't really seem to help race relations.
Right.
This would not help race relations. Would it? Would, you know, we've become a society now, more than ever before, of pay something that's been done wrong. So you get money, and that's supposed to make everything okay now.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
that's where we are as a society today.
Right.
And you know, but does it really? You know, people get paid and they're still miserable,
I know.
and it doesn't help anything.
Right.
You know, am I a person that says we should get restitution? No, I don't. You know, I have mixed feelings.
It's a nice idea.
It's a nice idea,
Yeah.
but does it help? I
Well,
mean,
what does it ease the pain? That's the big
where
question.
does the money come from? Right now,
does it change anybody's
our economy's
mind?
bankrupt, pretty much.
Right, right. But does it change anybody's mind seriously?
No, and it really doesn't.
Does
I
it
don't
suddenly,
think so.
do the black and white issues disappear?
No,
they
I
could
think
actually,
they
like you said,
I
magnify,
think
right?
they magnify.
Right.
Because now you know you have that group, and then you have the Indians who are going to be like, well, you know,
Yeah.
you're paying the blacks. You guys all came over here and stole land from us.
Right, right.
And
then the
put us
and then the
on- put us on
Mexicans
reservations.
own certain areas that were pushed
Initially,
out.
that were pushed out.
You
So
know?
you open this old big
Floodgates of everything.
Yeah. And does it help? I mean, you know, financially it'll help some families now, but I think that in the long run it hurts everybody.
Don't you
it'll hurt
Don't you think
everybody.
it's an interesting conversation to pop up at an outing? Seriously.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, yeah,
you know?
yeah. Let's get back to the
Yeah,
outing.
yeah.
All of the white people are
we were
sitting
not-
around
we were-
talking about black restitution.
Okay. I was not at a Klan rally, and I was not at
A white supremacist.
white supremacist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Because
how did
I'm
that
not
come up?
I'm not that way.
Yeah.
You guys know that. But it's just weird. We were talking about politics, and then all of a sudden, apparently there was something that was brought up in a piece, and this person wanted to throw it out there, which was kind of amusing because his significant other is from another country. And I was just sitting there going,
Wow.
how do you...
No. How do you
kind of
equate this to?
Yeah, you're kind of bad when you end up having those kind of issues.
Yeah, but it's
So.
good though because this is what this show's about.
Oh, yeah.
It's about what the individual groups talk about when they're together.
Hey,
You know,
I've
and
never
those
been to a
things pop
black
up.
barber shop, so God knows what's said in there.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean-
I don't want to know, but maybe I do. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, it's a great place.
Oh, okay.
We talk about everything.
Yeah,
it's really
but
good.
I'm just saying, I'm
But-
using that as an example. You know, I know churches. Some churches use the church itself more than just for religious reasons. You know, they'll actually use it as a place to project their political views.
Right.
So again, you know, you're right. You're right. What? Why are these people coming together in coming up with this kind of
but
stuff?
These are all discussions that happen, and that's why we're here because, you know, we want to bring out the discussions and talk about them so that the two groups can interface and talk about their opinions from each side.
Right.
You know, because if you talk, if the white
if it's
people are
kept
there,
over there,
then they just have the one view on it,
Right.
and that's it.
Right.
You know, if we keep our views over here,
Right.
we have our one view, and that's it.
Right.
And that's
It
why
never-
we're here. That's why we want this show to do well because
Definitely.
it definitely will be a launching board for discussions
Yes.
on these type of issues. You know, so restitution again has a long history. And it has a history, and it's been.
Is it a slippery slope to suddenly start giving any group restitutions?
It
Yeah.
opens up a lot of questions, a lot of doors to different groups.
And one of the things, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but one of the things I have to say is, are we responsible for what happened once upon a time?
Yes. No.
No, seriously, are we responsible? Again, I'll use this. I've used it before, and I'll use it many times in the future. My people came over from Italy, so when we're talking about America, you know, doing a restitution for something that happened a long time ago, the everyday people, are we responsible to actually do that now? Apologies, I get, okay? It's easy to say I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, you know, when is it ever too long to say I'm sorry? And if you're sorry and there was a monetary value associated with you're sorry, is it ever too late to pay off your monetary debt? And that's the question.
But who does it hang over? It doesn't. Does it hang
hangs
over?
over whatever group was responsible for for the
So the ancestors of that group.
the ancestors of that group. Yes.
So any white people who are associated with having slaves.
And it
in
wasn't individual. See, because we're talking about a government.
Right.
So the government is responsible. So we don't have to talk about individual white people. We talk about a government.
The country as a whole.
Yes. Responsible for.
So it's not hey, white people come take care of this 40 acres and a mule to
no, it's
blacks.
It's gonna be everybody, because we all pay taxes into
right,
the
it's
government.
all fed into a main system.
Into the government.
Right.
And it's the system that was
guilty
of that wrong. So that's where you're looking for your reparation. So it shouldn't even be thought of as much as a personal on white people, but on the government.
But it was actually,
itself.
but it was brought forward in the context of let's pay the blacks off and not have to hear about
because at that point in time, the government was white.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So that's why it would look like, oh, let's pay them off and that's it, and that'll be that.
Right.
You know?
But the restitution money is coming from every walk of life.
Yeah.
And it's even coming from blacks.
Yeah. Well, we pay taxes too.
If you think about it, right?
Taxes.
Right.
So it would be coming from our government, saying what we did back there was wrong.
Right.
All this labor that you put into the country and helped build a country, never being paid. This is what we're gonna do.
Right, and it made sense. The restitution at that point in time made sense. Okay, I mean, there was vast amounts of property that was available to pass on. You know, and I get the whole concept. It was a great idea.
Well, now it would be just pay money.
Well, yeah, because who the hell wants a mule?
Right. You would pay money.
Right,
and you know what? And to be quite honest, we do $10 billion to Pakistan.
Oh my
we
God.
do $10 billion to India. Pakistan, who was probably building Osama bin Laden's
fortress. Yeah.
With our money.
Right.
We give $10 billion to Haiti.
Right.
We give all this money to everybody in the world.
We promise.
So maybe
it.
we should be getting our $10 billion, and we could split that up pretty nicely, and go ahead. It seems like we pay everybody.
Hey.
So and they don't do anything for us, by the way. We at least we'd be paying people that help build the country.
And would actually put the money back into the country.
Right back in the country. It would go, and you all of the issues that we're having from an economic standpoint now.
Yeah.
Poof, gone.
Wow.
Because you've got all these people spending money.
Right.
Buying houses, buying cars, buying. Hey, Mark, I think we've kind of stumbled upon something.
Well, you remember our conversation during the stimulus. The stimulus, we both agreed that the stimulus money should have gone to individual people who were head of households, give them $20,000, therefore they would pay off some debts, and they would buy things, and it would have jump-started the economy, right. But nobody wants to hear from regular folks out here, okay? Yeah. No. All the American the important people that we voted in office, who were nothing until we voted them in office, suddenly they know everything that's right for us, and they're going to bail out, the people that put them in office. Oh, okay.
So let's get back to our $10 billion that you were giving us.
Yeah, no!
Oh, okay. I thought that wasn't the end.
No, we can't do that.
We
can't
be able to do that?
No.
That's the one thing we can't do.
Well, no. I honestly, we could actually give the money, but my mindset was to only give it to people like if there was 1.5 million slaves that became free and they were entitled to it, then 1.5 million people would be receiving that, not however many millions there are now.
And that would be and then you'd have to because then you'd have to define, okay, is it really 1.5 or is it this number?
Right.
It becomes a whole ordeal.
Right.
But again, in the end, America pays everybody and pays everything off. So I went into the segment thinking but now I'm thinking about it. Maybe maybe. We want to hear from you.
Hit the email. It's thebawshow@aol.com, and please, on the YouTubes, on these videos, underneath you can write what you want to write, okay? And we really are pushing the fact that you interact with us, because that'll give us direction where we're going to go with some of the other segments.
Great. Now, if I do get the $10 billion, this could be my last segment, but we'll see. Okay.
You sure we can't do this from an island?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay.
We can.
All right. And on that note, we'll be back.